Ituloy-tuloy na nga po natin ang usapan about surviving. Kasama po natin ngayon ang isang book author ng librong When the Heart Attacks. Yan, si Miss Cherry Africa. Good morning, Miss Cherry.
Good morning, Emma, and thank you for having me here.
Thank you for being here. We're so excited to know about this book. Tungkol saan ba to? Tungkol ba sa literal na heart attack ba ito, Miss Cherry?
Well, heart attack, no, spiritually and emotionally. The complete title is When the Heart Attacks, Everything Falls into Place. It's actually giving, parang ginagawa mong bida ngayon ang heart in leadership, in parenting, in a lot of your interactions. Kasi di ba iniisip nila parati pag may heart, you're a soft person, you're a weak person. But we wanna, raise awareness and generate awareness. There's so many things that the heart can do that can actually help us to become better and to drive our highest results.
So ano ba to? Heart over mind? Ganun ba?
Hindi. It's really just knowing kung ano ang role ng heart sa life natin, di ba? So we have three brains. We have the head, we have the heart, and we have the gut. Lahat yan may neurons. The heart has 40,000 neurons, which means it can think by feeling. No, ang heart natin, nandito yung values natin. Nandito yung connection natin with people. Nandito yung love natin, no? Yung compassion, yung joy natin. When it is time for leaders, to actually use all of these skills, we need to make sure it's the heart that prevails. So it depends really on the context and on the situation.
Bakit ba importante na gamitin din natin yung heart, Miss Cherry?
Because our values are in our heart, di ba? Our connection, our understanding of people, that's in our heart, no? A lot of times when we talk about business, for example, or corporate serious thing like strategy, business strategy, we think it's all cerebral, di ba? Pero a lot of things that could go wrong are based on heart problems, di ba? Heartbroken, yung mga tao minsan sa kumpanya, mga tao sa relationships natin, heartbroken. So no matter how cerebral we attack it, di siya mag-work, di ba? Kasi the strategy is a personal strategy, it's not a business strategy. So this particular book, the book that I've written, is actually a collection of short stories that I've learned working with people in companies and in different life situations to try and yung mga things na tinuturo nila sa akin, no, as a coach also, on how we could actually help people more by engaging the heart, no, para kasali siya.
Sakto sa topic natin today, no, Miss Cherry, story of survival. So, iba't ibang story of survival yung meron dito sa librong When the Heart Attacks?
Yes. May personal stories, may stories of companies or businesses, startups rin, no, or big companies, especially during the COVID. Meron din stories of leadership and parenting. No? So,
iba-iba. Parang iba't ibang buhay. Eto siya, ang libro When the Heart Attacks. So, pag-usapan naman natin, bigyan mo naman kami ng, patikim lang. Ano ba yung favorite story mo dito na pwede mong i-share sa mga kada natin na matututo rin sila?
Marami akong favorite stories kasi a lot of the stories here, we have more than 60 stories. No? A lot of the stories here are my personal experiences working with everyday heroes at work and in life. No, I have a story about a person who's really, very emotionally sad, no? Extended sadness, no? Bordering on depression. And talagang nahihirapan siya to get out of the stuck state, no? Na-stuck siya sa feelings of regret, feeling of guilt, feelings of anger. And what we did was really just talk, no? We talked and to just really put all of these feelings into perspectives. There are no right or wrong emotions kasi MI. There are only useful or useless emotions. At the time that you wanted to get out of the state na talagang parang ipit na ipit ka, trap na trap ka, you need to be aware of ano yung kalaban mo, ano yung makulit na emotion na dapat mong patigilin and replace it with something more resourceful. No? So at that time, now, as we were talking, then na-realize niya that she needed to access one emotion. And this emotion is called hope. No? Pag in-spell mo ang hope, H-O-P-E, hang on, pain ends. No?
Yes.
Yung pain, temporary lang yan di ba? Pero it is very hard to actually see that pain is temporary when there's no hope. So yung story ko was, I just asked her to actually look around, the place that we are at and tell me where she wants to be. Sabi niya, I want to be, may painting siya na nakita. Sabi niya, I want to be there, which is in the garden. And so I said, okay, why don't you bring yourself there? And then she imagined, it's all visualization, no? Visualization is a distortion of reality, Ang reality niya, di ba, sad. And then just gave her hope, no? I think it's giving people perspective, that your messy middle, your painful situations are all just part of your hero's journey. So yung book is all about the journey of heroes, everyday heroes, no? And the emotions that are important to tap, to generate, to reproduce, and the emotions that you need to quiet or extinguish. Makulit kasi ang negative emotions minsan eh.
Talagang sisiksik at sisiksik
Sisiksik, di ba? At tumatambay tayo sa mga emotions na yan. And then, we could not move on. Yung parang hindi ka maka-move on kasi ang tagal mong tumambay, no? It's important for you to recognize, yes, you could stay in that emotion. It could even be healing to stay in a negative emotion sometimes because it tells you, it makes you aware, ang dami kong hidden resources na hindi ko nagagamit before, na nandyan pala. So you get to know yourself more. No? And then after that, you try and quiet it down and replace it with another emotion. Kung if you're feeling sad, for example, you do not need to replace it with joy. It's too big a jump. And you feel you don't have the resource to actually go to joy. So, yung book ko is may mga in-between emotions, no? Words that we haven't really heard in our everyday conversations that will say, oh, sige, you could just go here. You could just be a little bit more curious. Ano ba yung sinasabi sa akin ng sadness na to? No? Maging marites ng konti. And then, well, perspectives will change eh. And sometimes it's really just a heartbeat change that you decide to actually get out of that stuck state. And then you find something, no?
Akala kasi natin from sad, joy agad,
Yes.
jump ka agad doon. Meron palang in-between.
Yes.
So, isa to sa pwede nating matutunan kapag binasa natin tong libro.
Yes. The book is a very, very easy read. It's all about short stories. Parang chicken soup for the soul, chicken soup for the heart. No, it's all about small stories where in those everyday stories, you could just find a little bit of, wait, this thing may perspective to, then use it. And the interesting thing here is we've brought it to the workplace. Diba? Parang emotions kasi we don't talk about emotions. We even look at the calendar, the Gantt chart, if there's project. Wala naman siyang, it's all task eh. There's no personal relationships. But in truth, when you talk about your project, ito yung deadline mo, nade-delay yan dahil may conflicts, may misunderstanding, may exhaustion, may frustration. How do you actually battle this? We need to equip people at the workplace to be resilient with the right emotions so that we could finish things faster, we could be productive, and I think the best positive byproduct of everything is we could be better leaders. Then we could bring this all home and we could be better people to the people that we love at home. So,
ang ganda nito, ano talaga, timing na timing for the story of survival. And in your study of human behavior, anong mapapayo nyo naman sa mga situations when these things attack, tulad ng pagiging burnout sa trabaho?
okay, yung burnout na yan. Ang ibig sabihin ng burnout, may fire ka. Isn't that great, di ba? The genesis of burnout is fire.
Fire.
Kaya lang, medyo nalito yung fire.
Naliligaw
Di ba?
yung
Naliligaw
fire.
yung fire natin. Ang ibig sabihin, ano bang causes ng burnout? Exhaustion. Or may expectations ka sa company or sa people you work with. Or you're being pulled in all directions. You're overwhelmed with all of these emotions. So, very simple. Just stop. Stay, recognize the emotion, no? And then ask the fire to direct you into some place better.
I love it. Kasi di ba yun yung lagi nilang sinasabi na parang burnout na ako sa trabaho. Pero hindi nila alam, nandun yung fire eh.
Yes.
Kailangan mo lang hanapin, tapos ilagay sa tamang direksyon.
Yes, opposite ng burnout is fired up.
Fire! Di ba? Kaya naman, kailan ba nila to pwedeng mabili at saan ba nila pwedeng mabili itong libro na to?
New Year.
New
Diba?
Year.
We're gonna launch it in the new year. Pwedeng bigay yan ng mga bosses, no, leaders as gifts to their people, or even to, you could give it as friends. Kung gusto niyo mag-resolution, New Year's resolution to resolve to have better emotions, this is a very great book for you.
Yun. Kaya saan ba nila pwedeng mahanap po ito?
They can
Miss
contact
Cherry?
us. It's cherryafrica.com, and then eventually will also be available in the commercial spaces.
Bago kami magpaalam, Miss Cherry, hindi ko ito papalampasin kasi you're a life coach and ang topic ngayon is story of survival. Ano ba pwede mong tip sa mga naghihirap ngayon, yung talagang na-challenge sa buhay ngayon na para ma-survive nila kung nasaan man sila ngayon?
I think perspective and, look for the resources. We have the resources that we need in order to solve our problem. Part of that is communication, di ba? To ask for help. So, ang inano lang is lagyan natin ng perspective yung problems natin. All problems have solution. Otherwise, it's just a fact of life. We move on from facts of life. So, mahirap when we are in that situation. Importante magkaroon ka ng perspective na, ano ba, always hold on to your purpose.
Sabi nga nila, no, if there's a giant problem, tandaan mo, meron din yung giant blessing na kasama.
Yes, yes.
Thank you very much, Miss Cherry
Thank you
Africa.
so much, Emma.
We can't wait for that book.
Yes, yes.
Yan. Maraming salamat. Kaya mga kada, hanapin niyo po cherryandafrica.com.
Cherry Africa.
cherryafrica.com. Diyan niyo po pwede mahanap yan. Hi, mga Kanet 25. This is Emma Tiglao. For more Kada Umaga updates, just click the subscribe button and follow us on Net25 social media pages at Net25 TV and at Net25 Entertainment Facebook page.